Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this 12 by 12 page for following along with Christy's Beautiful Life series 3 for her 30 days of sketches, and then we're going to play with this sketch from Miss Carrie. And I'm going to start with this picture of my dad and my youngest, and I'm going to use this scrap from Hip Kit Club, and I think it's called Sweather Weather and Cozy, something like that. And so I'm just going to trim down this picture because it doesn't have to be so big. And yeah. And then I'm thinking this is going to be that background large rectangle piece. And I am going to back my photo in white. And so I already cut that piece off. And then I'm just going to eyeball what I want for this blue piece. So there we go. And then the back of this has this blue plaid, and I like it, and I'm going to use that for part of the tag that's underneath the banner piece that's underneath the sketch. I don't make mine as long or big, but my picture's not as big either, so I could have made my blue part a little bit smaller, but I didn't want to, so I did it. I'm going through this pack of ephemera. It's also a Hip Kit Club one. I don't remember what the name is. It could be Awesome Life. It's from, I think it's 2021, when the world was all crazy. And yeah, so pulling out the Together because that one definitely will work. And then just taking a peek at anything else that might work. So I pulled out these to start with, but yeah. And then these tags are also from a Hip Kit Club, and was in the same kit as the ephemera, so they do match together. I believe this is I can't remember, a Pink Fresh or Simple Stories tag page. It's probably Pink Fresh. And so I just have some of those left over. I've used them on other pages, and then this scrap that I'm cutting into a couple tags is just literally a scrap. I have no idea. I have like a little 4x6 of it left, and I tried to make it work, but I don't know if I really like it. So, and then I just outlined that white in prize ribbon, and gonna get this here down. That little flag came from that ephemera, that orangey one. And I'm liking that mostly so far. So I'm going to get this blue piece inked in prize ribbon as well, just because it's on this white, and I don't know, I felt like it needed it today. And then using my T-square, and I put it down and I go, nope. So down, look at it. That's a little further over than I had wanted it. Pull it up and put it back down, but a little bit further over. Not much, but a little bit. So it is what it is. So I did cut the bottoms of these tags off because there's no point in sticking them all the way under. And I can use the back of that pattern paper somewhere if I want to. And then I do stick that pink one down, and then here comes in the banner piece. And I'm like, yep, I like that. I was going to have it longer, and then when I tape it down, it's a bit shorter. It was going to be a lot shorter for a second, but I was like, no, I don't want it that much shorter, just a bit shorter. And then I'm going to cut this piece off because I know I want the top to go at the top and poking out, but don't do it right away. And it ends up going on the floor and all sorts of things, but not right now. And then I think this pink one can be a banner underneath as well. It's just all that is gonna come off eventually. And then I still like the Together, and then just taking a peek. I didn't realize when I was putting that tag down that the color of the tag goes all the way through to the bottom and on the outside. So I'm going to do something that mimics a little bit of that, but not quite the same. And then I thought maybe one of the branding strips or that kind of thing can be, or border strips, could be a piece of this as well. And it is what it is. And then I'm going to cut another tag piece out of this tealy color, which is the back side of the tag that I had. I'm going to put a reinforcement on it. And then maybe this pink one here. And I like that piece, the pink border or branding strip. And I'm going, So I'm going to play with the bits again to see if there's anything else I like. So I don't mind the butterfly. And that's when I dropped that on the floor and had to go look for it. And while I dropped it on the floor, I found this notebook edge that came from a calendar that, I don't know, was in a scrap bin and ended up on the floor, and now it's going on my page. So just overlapping it a bit so that the circle piece for the calendar isn't noticeable or visible. So it does overlap a bit, but I like that. And then that gives something with that edge that has a little bit more texture and detail. And then I'm trying to play with this top corner because in the sketch there's a bunch of flowers and different things coming out for embellishment. And so I'm trying to make it work there. I like this orange piece that came from the Ephemera pack, and it says live in the moment that I put down on that tag. And I'm going to fuss with this a little bit more up here. Like, I don't know. So I decided to finish up the banner strips in behind, or the banner strips. Flags. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. So get that on there. Just don't mind, but I don't love. Grabbed a paper clip. And so now I'm going to play with this side and decide what to do here. And so there's this part. I don't know why my camera is moving. It's attached to my ceiling, so. But meh. So I was thinking, I do like that pink piece, but I'm not sure about that blue piece. So I'm looking in my scrap bins, this other pink piece, and then I see this black and white. And I like the black and white because it pulls the black in, but it's not long enough for the branding strip. So I go to my black bin, and I'm going to pull out some stuff. So some of it's not going to make it onto it, but that's okay. And so I found some twine because I do have tags, and then I'm going to pull out a few different sticky borders. And I have lots of these ones. So this one's kind of fun, and don't mind it, but meh. And then I'm thinking, does this need a little bit of pink? And it would have worked, but I don't quite like it as much as maybe something else. I'm going to get this down because it's mostly going to stay as it is. Trying some different things in this corner because I'm not liking that wreath. And then I go to my avenue from Jen Hadfield and start pulling out some of this stuff, and that I like. Look at that, exactly what it needs. And then I have some of these blue little flowers that go with the same collection, and I like that. And I'm going to pull out some other pieces. So this has a little bit of the pink, and yep, that works a whole lot better. I like that more, a whole lot more. Like, oh my goodness, more. So just putting it away. And then I have a couple more of these sticker sheets left. I'm going to look at this sticker sheet, but I think I've used most of what can be on this one. And so definitely going to stick this down because I like it. The butterfly is not going to be the right tones anymore, so it went off to the side really fast, and that's okay. And now I've decided, because I'm using these flowers, this pink tag that I didn't really like to begin with isn't going to work. So I'm going to look and see if I can find something else. And nothing there, nothing here. So I'm going to go into my scrap bin in a second. Oh, I'm going to check these tags. And on the back, this purpley one looks like it could work, but it's too purple when I pull it out. So I'm like, no, put those away. And then I'm looking at the tags that I had. The green is too green. I was thinking maybe with the green, but it's too green. So I'm gonna, yeah, no, too green. And then this blue is just too much of the same tone. And then here's the scrap that I'm like, oh, I could use the scrap. And then it does have some of the orangey color that I'm trying to get in here, but also has the blues in it that I've been playing with. So that works out super well. And so I make it into a smaller tag. I'm going to edge it in the prize ribbon because now I've got some white on white. And it's going to sneak in behind, and yay, I like that more. And so now I can play with this side piece. So I like this polka dot one more, so I'm going to use it. And it's going to be a little long, but I'm just going to fold it over and cut it off here in a minute. That together is still going to go right there. I definitely want a tag down on the bottom here, like the sketch has, and so I'm going to use this pink one because I liked the shape of the pink one, it just wasn't long enough. And I'm going to use that blue and white one that I've used up top. Yay for scraps. And then I cut this down, so that's a good size. Now the pink, I'm just going to fit it for how I want it, and it's going to get cut down about here. And this gets fiddly. I didn't want to stick right, but meh. I'm still going to fiddle with it, but that's okay. Get the pink one down. There we go. Yeah, good enough. And then this one's going to go down. And oops, I wanted to put my tag underneath both of those. So it peels off easy enough. And then just slide it up. And now I'm just going to fiddle with what kind of flower bit do I want on here. So those blue ones, I actually quite like looking at it now, that single one, but it's not going to stay like that because when I was doing it, I didn't feel like it was enough. So, but it would have been fine. Funny. So I'm thinking about that. Oh, and I have a little sticker that mimics the top sticker, and I like that. And I actually like that more, so I'm glad I continued to look. But it's one of those things, right? And on the sketch, there's a little bit of flower bit embellishment on the end of the title. So I am going to pull some of the blue flower out, and I moved it over, and I didn't need to. I have another sticker sheet that has a few flowers left on it, but I will find it here in a minute. So pulling that pink out, putting that orange back on top, and then I decided I don't need more of this. I was thinking about it, and what else do I want to do? So as I'm thinking, I think I need a little more pink on here. I forgot to edge up this tag, so I'm going to do it very, very carefully. And then I'm going to get this black and white twine on because it pulls the black and white in a couple other spots, and I just like it. So I'm going to pull it through this tag, and then I'm going to pull it through this next tag. and leave enough so that I can loop it and use a little bit of glue to get it to stay where I want it kind of to. I should have took an iron to it or something because of the kinkiness of it, but it'll relax over time anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. And then this one's going to go here, and I'm going to staple it for just the edges. I did a little tighter than I wanted, but is what it is. It's on there. It's not going anywhere. So I was thinking about how I wanted this to be around the title, and I don't want it right with the title, so just fiddling. And so I decided that it needs a loop, and the loop will get a staple to keep it. It just adds some movement to the page, and I like that. And now we decide that we need a little bit more around the together and some more different things. So I tried, these are leaf pieces that are in gold, so it's going to get snuck over here. It's going to get a little brownish flower, and then I'm going to sprinkle these brown ones around because they're cute. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this pink to bring the pink to this other side, so it's in more than a couple spots. And then I want some more pink, and I remembered that there's these pink flowers that there's a couple that were not a bad size, so it's going to get 3 of them. And get those glued down. We're so close. Fiddling with that because I was like, oh well. And then I feel like it needs a little bit of something else. So I thought maybe putting a little bit of gold here for these leaves, but they're just going to get tucked around the cluster up top here. And then I feel like it needs a little bit more to be contained. And so I'm going to grab the prize ribbon and I'm going to go around the edge, and then I go bloop on the side. And I'm so annoyed because I just wanted like the tiniest bit of blue around, but that's not what's going to happen. So I smeared the edges all the way over when I realized to do that right away. And then I take a baby wipe and just make sure it kind of looks more intentional, because it's going to stay like that because I am not pulling it off and redoing it. And then I'm just going to add some splatters because it'll just tie in the extra messy on the edge. And this is almost done. So if you liked my page today, I would really appreciate the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would love to have you here. And there's a playlist and another video that you might like of mine. I really appreciate your time here, and thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks again.